Jeremiah Laculio sets the scene with his sax, providing a soundtrack for the seashore at Clearwater Beach.
It's just all about creating a vibe and then just kind of resting in it, like creating an ambiance to the ambiance, So this is what they're responding to, the Gulf of Mexico, the sunset every day.
It seems a lot of people like the view. Clearwater has been named the #1 beach in the country in TripAdvisor's Traveler's Choice Awards. Locals are not surprised.
I think it's amazing. I come down here all the time, at least once a week. It's a beautiful thing to just have this right in your own backyard.
Tourists give it high marks too, from first-time visitors.
I have been other beaches. I like this one the best though.
To people who've been coming here all their lives.
Our grandparents have been coming here for years and years, and so we come here for our spring breaks.
TripAdvisor says Clearwater Beach has it all, with powdery sand, calming water, and a mix of restaurants and hotels.
I would recommend people to come here.
That's music to Jeremiah's ears. He says there's no place he'd rather be.
If I play where it feels right, and the Gulf of Mexico, it feels right. This is a good place to be.
At Clearwater Beach, Lori Davison, Bay News 9. At Tampa International Airport, emotions constantly rise and fall, with arrivals and departures, comings and goings.
Whenever you're in an airport, it's extreme happiness and sadness. I think that, there's so many emotions that go on here.
Joanne Farrell's mother, Teresa Simmons, sits in the middle of it all, unaware that her emotions are about to soar.
It's been like a little bit of a roller coaster.
Somebody has been out there all these years that we've never known.
This is a big surprise for Mom. I tried to keep it under wraps for as long as I could.
Now, coming in on JetBlue, right on time, is someone their mom's been waiting to meet for 57 years.
It's me. Oh my God. I love you, I'm here. Yes, it's me. It's me. Oh my God. You're beautiful. Oh my God, you're so beautiful.
Roseanne Lombardi is the daughter Teresa was forced to give up for adoption when she was born.
I couldn't believe it was Sarah. I just what are you doing here? I'm talking to you. Oh my God.
The reunion came about after Teresa's family did some digging into their ancestry. Roseanne says when they reached out to her, it answered lifelong questions.
I always wondered if she thought of me, if she was alive, why did this happen? And here she is. It's like, oh my God, it's like nothing I ever dreamed of.
Teresa prayed for this day to come.
And I said, please give me a chance to see her. Just one chance. I just want to see her one time, to hold her and kiss her. And I did.
A mother's wish realized, a family reunited.
She sadly said, I can finally die with peace now, knowing in my heart that I know who she is and everything is good. So all is right with the world.
Oh, you're my baby, my baby.
They leave Gate A grateful to be saying hello this time rather than goodbye. In Tampa, Lori Davison, Bay News 9.
As the sounds of Amazing Grace fill Curlew Hills Memory Gardens in Palm Harbor, retired New York Fire Department Lieutenant Mickey Cross reflects on the day that changed his life and our nation forever.
It was just a horrific scene. I actually thought for a few seconds it was a movie shoot. I really did. For a couple of seconds, because I was like in disbelief.
Lieutenant Cross was on duty about 4 miles from the World Trade Center on September 11, 2001, when the first plane hit. Though he now suffers from slight amnesia and mild PTSD, Lieutenant Cross can't shake the vivid memories of what happened next.
When I saw the building with the huge, gigantic hole, the fires, I says, oh my God. And at that very moment, we were right next to the South Tower. And then the second plane hit the South Tower.
But has now become a day that we will never forget.
He says at that moment he knew our country was at war. While dozens and dozens of people poured out, Lieutenant Cross went in and up to the 23rd floor. On his way back down, the North Tower started to collapse.
The stairway started rocking, and then stuff started falling. And that's when I grabbed my helmet. I just ducked in a corner.
Piles of debris fell on top of him, and then sudden silence.
I was buried. I didn't hear nothing. I couldn't see nothing. I couldn't feel my body. I thought I might be dead.
Everything surrounding Lieutenant Cross was destroyed, but he and 13 others nearby survived. He says to this day it's a little hard to believe.
When you look at the statistics, the chances of surviving was very slim. But I've come to, this is what happened. You know, you just accept it. This is what happened to me, and I'm grateful for that, you know. Well, when I have a grouchy day, I always think, man, I shouldn't be. I'm here, so I get out of the grouchiness that way. You know?
And he's made it his mission to honor the thousands of civilians and first responders who lost their lives by keeping the memory of 9/11 alive. Lieutenant Cross says looking back at how far our nation's come makes him even more proud to be an American.
Well, we've become, I think, pretty resilient. I think our enemy was trying to destroy our society that day, you know. We came right back.
In Palm Harbor, Katie Jones, Bay News 9.
I'd say 20 years ago, I had this idea. I'd love to live in a little cottage near the water and have a couple cats and just paint.
For years, Lori Onspach was living that dream, working as a commercial artist, but she wanted more.
One day I had the idea I wanted to paint for people that it had a lot of meaning. And I wondered, well, who would they be?
The answer came when she volunteered to paint people going through tough times. Military members deployed overseas, foster children looking for families, and children battling cancer.
I feel that these families really have earned our support and backup and have been painting for them ever since.
Lori started a nonprofit organization, Painting for Good Causes. She recruits artists from all over the country to paint portraits free for special families.
For me personally, I first engage myself in the person or the people that I'm painting.
So with each stroke of her brush, Lori is getting to know the Lion family. 2-year-old Addie is a cancer survivor. As Lori paints Addie with her older brother and sister, she looks for deeper meaning.
Like a portrait of more than one figure is a puzzle. And it's where one person leaves off, the other one person starts. And to me, this very much communicates their feelings for each other, their closeness, their family.
Are you excited?
The Lions arrive at Lori's house eager to pick their portrait up.
Hi. Say hi. Say hi. Come on in.
Their eyes light up as they see themselves captured on canvas.
Do you think it's great? Do you want to go tell her thank you so much? Say thank you.
You are so welcome, honey. I had so much.
That captures a moment where we were at Camp Sunshine, a camp that specializes in pediatric oncology and other childhood illnesses. And it was such a blessing for our family to have been there. So to have a painting that encapsulates all of that is really a neat thing to hold on to.
For her part, Lori wants to give the Lions something else to hold on to: hope.
I put those wishes into the painting, so to speak, because I know that the power of positive thinking does make an effect.
I was so happy to do it.
It is so perfect.
Such a lovely
Thank you.
while the family is leaving with a painting.
And when you paint it, you get visitation rights.
Lori says the gift is truly hers, bringing the joy of her art to others.
And I will forevermore do it until I'm no longer here.
In Clearwater, Lori Davison, Bay News 9.
Tristan is he's just like a little part of me. Like, I can't believe I made him.
We tried a good 3-4 years, 2 rounds of IVF. Finally, the second one hit.
Jeremy and Viviana Graham call the birth of their 1-year-old son Tristan a miracle. From the minute he was born, they've documented every moment with pictures, each month celebrated in a montage on his nursery wall.
I mean, he's my world.
That all changed when Tristan was 4 months old. The couple was at home with him when he had a seizure.
The only thing I was thinking of is my child okay? That's the only thing.
Tristan was rushed to the hospital where doctors diagnosed a brain bleed.
We just thought they were trying to figure out what was wrong with him. And we later found out every test that they ran on him was to prove that it was child abuse.
Days later, Jeremy, a former paramedic of the year, was arrested for aggravated child abuse.
When I got accused, I was scared to go out of my house. I was scared to go to my local Publix. I was scared to go to my local gym. I was ashamed.
All right.
While the case was under investigation, Jeremy was only allowed short visits, so the couple had to live apart for nearly 8 months.
Lost months, precious months, milestones, first words, first babbling, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's.
Eventually, the Grahams hired their own medical experts who determined that Tristan has a chronic medical condition that likely caused the bleeding. Those 2 doctors said they found no evidence that he was a victim of child abuse.
Basically, they all called it smoking guns. Basically, I was accused for no reason.
Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Gualtieri couldn't talk about the Grahams case specifically, but he says child protection investigators are obligated to look into families when allegations are made.
There is a whole bunch of eyes on every single case. There's multiple levels, multiple reviews, and I know that we're doing it very well. The investigators are doing a great job here in Pinellas County to make sure that the kids stay safe.
The state attorney's office decided not to move forward with the case, and the charges against Jeremy were dropped. In June, he was allowed to live with his wife and son again full-time.
I was really scared of losing my bond with him, but immediately I could tell that we didn't, and it was just great to hold him in my arms. It really was.
Still, he says the experience left scars.
It'll always be with me. I'll always be the person that got accused of child abuse, I think, and that's just the way it is. I just have to deal with it.
But the couple says Tristan is happy and healthy, and they're together, so all is right in their world again. In Pinellas County, Lori Davison, Bay News 9.